excited. One of my favorites from APW. They call him No Name. I call him Eamonn O'Connor. How we doing, my man?
Not too bad, man. Thanks for having me on. It's been a long time coming, bro. Hope you're well.
Yes, sir. Oh, I'm doing great. Even though it's 3 in the morning, you said you was down to do it. I said, let's fucking go. Here we are.
Let's fucking go. 3 in the morning there. It's 5:06 in the afternoon here.
You told me
The next day.
You told me that you's in the future.
Exactly, bro. We're in the future. If you ever want to know what's going to happen tomorrow, ask an Australian, you know?
I've got connects now. I've got connects. Hell yeah, I'm about it.
Yeah.
I tell you what I was doing before I talked to you. I was over here editing this past weekend's APW show. What can you tell my audience about this past weekend's APW show?
Oh, the past weekend's APW show went off. So, like, because I'm fairly, I just started wrestling for these guys, like, a couple of months ago. Mm-hmm. And, man, like, they brought out, like, this guy Gunn, man. He's got the sweetest looking Death Valley driver. Like, the crowd was really getting into it, you know. There were, like, dudes from other feds rocking up and, like, you know, getting their chant on and stuff. So, it's been some good times, man. There's been some, like, even better wrestling, you know. It's definitely something to check out, APW, man.
I've been loving it. I mean, everything I see. But, yeah, this past weekend show definitely looked like you guys had some bangers. What can you tell the folks at home about working for the Birdman, Phil Picasso?
Working for the Birdman, Phil Picasso. Cheers to that. That is what I can tell you about that. So it is awesome, right? Phil really looks after his guys. Like, that's the first thing you're going to notice.
Hell yeah.
When you, like, rock up to an APW event, you know, he's like, yeah, here's how it is. You know, you know you're getting paid. You know he's looking after you. You know the rules from the get-go. And he gives you a lot of freedom to sort of, you know, just work a good match. Like, it's a really good environment, man. The guys are all sick cunts, like.
Good. Hell yeah. And I'll tell you what, I know he can be hard on you guys, too. I'm in that group chat. And sometimes...
Oh, yeah, no, he's fucking crazy, man. 100%. At the end of the day, like, yeah, that guy's fucking, you know, he's as mad as a cut snake. But in all the good ways, you know, like, he knows wrestling. And that's all that matters, man, you know?
So, when we're talking crazies in APW, I'm sure Phil's the craziest, but who's second in command when it comes to insanity?
Who is the second craziest cunt in Oz Wrestling or in APW?
Give me both answers.
All right, the second craziest cunt, second craziest lady, it's got to go to Jess, man, Poison Ivy, you know? Oh, yeah. In probably all of wrestling and APW. Yeah, man, 100%. Jess the girl you'd know her as, you know?
Uh-huh. What makes Jess so crazy? She seems like a sweet lady.
Crackpot Manor, man. You go, yeah, Crackpot Manor. All the crazies end up at Crackpot Manor eventually. Yeah?
Okay, fair enough.
That's where it all happens, man. That's where the magic happens, at Crackpot Manor.
All right, fair enough.
Yeah.
So correct me if I'm wrong, you recently came back to wrestling. You took a little bit of time off, am I right?
Yeah, like a little bit. Yeah, 10 years or so. Like, my last match was probably like 2011, even longer than, 2012. And then I wrecked my shoulder. I wasn't getting booked heaps, you know, so I just started, like, I started pursuing, like, the battle rap and the acting and stuff about 10 years. It was always in the back of my mind about wrestling.
I got you. And I've saw some of that
and then
footage.
What's that, sorry?
I've saw some of the footage as far as the stuff you've been doing with Johnny Boxer, that ongoing series. What can you tell me about doing that?
So Johnny Boxer, man, an absolute Aussie legend, by the way. Have you ever seen, like, things like Fat Pizza or whatever?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, like, he's an Aussie legend. But, so the series I'm doing with him, Station versus Johnny Boxer, like, we just released a movie, actually, the Station movie.
Hell yeah.
But it's all, it was all the lead up to that, you know. It was just, it was Johnny Boxer going around killing Station-affiliated battle rappers in the most brutal ways. It's, you know, with a few jokes thrown in there and a whole lot of, really cool camera shit and violence, you know.
No, it's fun stuff. I love it. You're a battle rapper. Let's say you Let's say you had to battle rap Phil Picasso. Well, give me a few bars for Phil.
Fuck, just off the top of the head like that.
Yeah, man. I got to put you on the spot. That's how we do. I'm sorry.
Phil Picasso, if you're going to say the bird is the word, then the word that the bird should be fucking saying is absurd. Because that's your whole persona, bro. Yeah, I've got nothing else to say, yo. I'm half cut, but still more cut than any of your chops can fuck me up, bruh. Bring it.
I love it.
That's some fucking,
Hey, man. Hey, the chops do fuck you up. How bad are those chops?
Phil's chops?
Yeah.
Holy shit, man. That man loves to chop. He fucking loves to chop, eh? That's, yeah, the first thing you'll say to so, we're going to chop. that's the first thing you'll fucking know getting in a match with Phil Picasso, man. Yeah, he loves it, man. He loves it. He loves to, and he loves to be chopped. More to the point, like, he wants you to chop him, like, chop his guts open, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah. Oh, yeah.
that's what Phil wants, man. That's what the Birdman craves, man.
He's a character, man. So you'd taken some time off, and you come back to APW. How did you hook up with Phil? How'd this all come about?
Oh, Phil, well, like years and years ago, like I worked a few shows with Phil, CWA shows back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And he's real close with one of my good mates, Jess,
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, I don't know, Phil was looking for a commentator or something, and then Jess was like, oh, Eamonn hasn't been booked in a while. You should put him on. And he's like, yeah, man, bring him, and rocked up, and the rest is history, It was like, yeah, just Jess just had a random, like, split decision moment where she's like, yeah, man, Eamonn probably fucking wants to get back into it, It turns out, here we are.
And here we are. Hell yeah. I'll dig it. It's the simple.
Yeah, like, I had no hand. I had no idea, man. I was at work one day,
Mm-hmm.
and I get a message off Jess. She's like, mind you, I haven't wrestled in 10 years or so.
Uh-huh.
And I get a message off Jess. She's like, yeah, so you booked to wrestle Phil Picasso at APW. I'm like, what the fuck? So I ring her up. Yeah, she's just got me booked at APW, and I just, rocked up. Love the environment. I love the environment, the vibe, man. I love the freedom, So I'm sticking around, man. I'm sticking around for the long haul.
Props.
APW.
APW, baby. Yeah, props to you, because if I find out my first match back's against Phil, I might just...
Yeah, well, that's, that's what I didn't even believe it at first, like, bullshit, because I used to watch Phil when I was a kid, man, when I was, like, 10 years old. Well, I remember going from Lithgow, which is a few hours from Sydney where the show was.
Mm-hmm.
We travelled when I was, like, 10, like, 3 hours or so to see the IWA.
Mm-hmm.
And it was such a packed-out show that there was no tickets left, right? The place was packed. So, like, we had to sort of plead our case to even get into it,
Okay.
And there was, Phil Picasso, the Birdman, fucking Mark Mercedes, man, Salem, rest in peace, there was, like, Tyson Gibbs back then wasn't even, like, he was using a move called the Thrill Kill, like, he wasn't even, like a big name, like, it was so long ago. But, yeah, I remember watching him when I was, like, 10, anyway, like, that's the point. So violent, man, so in awe, like, massive. And even back then, he just wanted to be chopped, like, but, yeah, like, so it was one of the first autographs I got, and then, flash forward 20 years later, I'm at work, and Jess messages me, yeah, so you booked against Phil. It's like, fuck off, I'm not saying no to that, obviously, but, like, I haven't trained in 10 years and shit. I know I'm about to step in the ring and get my ass whipped, get schooled. But, yeah, I wasn't turning that down for anything, so, yeah,
Props
rocked up.
Props.
Yeah, stuck around, bro. Yeah, no, it was fun. It was heaps good, man.
Hell yeah.
He knows how the business works, bro,
Well, that was going to be my next question. Perfect segue. You're going for 10 years. What's the difference? What's some of the positive changes, some of the negative changes you've seen coming back?
All right. I'll start with the negatives so we can end this conversation on a high note. But the negatives, the first negatives, it's a bit more of a, like, because phones have gotten in the way, I guess maybe, like, it's lot less social backstage than it used to be. It used to be a big fucking party. Everyone was talking shit, hanging out. everyone was mingling. It's a little bit different now. Things are a bit like, people are just on their phones and stuff. Like, so the like that party vibe is sort of not the same. You know what I mean? Like, where wrestling's just a big happy fucking, and like maybe like the size of the wrestlers has gotten smaller. Like it used to be just big motherfuckers hitting big fucking moves, and it looked big. Like someone had hit the mat, you'd be like, fuck, like.
Right.
And I guess these days, like, there's a lot of sort of just skinny cunts.
Right.
So, yeah, it's good because, like, yet again, though, like, segueing that into the positive, like, you see in wrestling, like, indie wrestling back in the day was a lot of basic shit, right,
Mm-hmm.
And, like, these days, man, it's a whole different art. You come back and you're watching, like the moves are just spot after spot after spot of just the craziest shit. Like the most athletic sort of, like it's taken it to a new level. Like 10 years gone, it's definitely athletically at a new level.
Mm-hmm. But
psychology maybe not so much, like the engaging the crowd sort of shit, like that, when you do a million spots in a row, like where do you go from there, like.
Right.
There's no, the psychology maybe drop. I don't know, it's a bit less believable or something.
Right on.
But at the same time, like, fucking, it's another ball game now. It's like so athletic and so, like, like the wrestling's on another level now, like, and you can't fault that,
Yeah, that's the same thing going on in my neck of the woods. When I was going to shows as a kid, it was two big dudes chopping each other and a few body slams here and there. And now you have that more Ring of Honor style and more matches and different types of matches. It's not just two old guys tripping and falling over each other. West Virginia didn't have the best scene back in the day. And we're doing pretty good.
But at the same time, right, when you're looking at the crowd and there's a motherfucker in the crowd that's like 180 kilo, like fucking probably 400 and something pounds,
Mm-hmm.
And he's sitting in the crowd paying to watch guys that are like 150 pounds, like 200 pounds, like 90 kilo.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and like that guy's sitting in the crowd, like I could whip both their asses, you know what I mean?
I feel it.
It's a bit like, I don't know, I feel like the crowd is like when the people in the crowd are more jacked than the people in the ring or bigger, I don't know, like you got to be. Well, you don't have to be. I don't know. Like it's just changed. It's a small man's game now. It used to be a big man's game. It used to be about fucking just how loud that ring would get hit. Bang.
Right.
Yeah, like how fucking like how hard the chops were. Like how much pain you could put the guy in. I don't know. Like.
Right on. The way I look at it, if you're small, you better be fucking good. You better be doing some razzle dazzle and taking an ass whooping.
Yeah, and that's what you can't. You can't fault them on that. Like it's fucking the wrestling's off its head now. Like they're pulling like even the chain wrestling show used to be like a hammerlock, a headlock, fucking bounce them off the ropes. Duck down, clothesline, or like even the chain wrestling was very basic sort of shit. These guys are taking chain wrestling to another level now. It's like fucking hell. Like they're like acrobats, bro.
Oh, yeah. There's been a few guys that's really impressed me that, aren't the biggest guys. Like Luke Watts pops to mind, E10.
Yeah.
Guys like that, impressive matches.
That's what was heaps impressive the other night at APW about this guy, Gunn, Goran something. Yeah? Not the hugest dude, but jacked as a motherfucker, like he was cut, man.
Hell yeah.
Just fucking a machine. And he just had these, like, every move he was hitting was just so flawless, bro. This Death Valley driver looked like, oh, man. It was like, and like, yeah, you can't fucking, it's just a different level now, like.
Oh, Phil has quite the crew. Every match I've edited so far, I think I'm 3 matches deep now. Every one of them solid fucking matches, man.
Yeah, like APW doesn't have a shit match, bro,
No. Not in my opinion. I wouldn't put it up on the channel if I thought it was shit. I promise you that.
Fucking I've not that I've seen anyway, man. And he's trying hard, man. He's like he wants APW to like really succeed,
Hell yeah.
And
And what makes you think that? It seems like Phil's pretty motivated. What kind of things does he kind of relay in the back or in person that kind of makes you think, okay, this guy is driven. We're going to be all right?
Well, it's the feedback he's looking for, really. It's like that's what I've noticed. Like he's booking shows, and like he's fucking, he's running everything himself because he's that kind of guy. But then he's looking for feedback. He's like, how can I get more cunts in the door? What am I doing right? What am I doing wrong? And he's asking like other people for, he's trying to collaborate and just make that show good. Like a lot of people that they're too proud to try and get that feedback and make things better. I guess like he's really fucking. He's just got that sort of mind where that's his goal, just to make the best show possible. And it's like I'm on board with that. Like fucking I'm on board with that, bro.
No doubt, no doubt. He's impressed me with his social media game and the way he does his reels and his shorts and everything. He's really got a grasp on that. And at the same time, he's not afraid to get on social media and stir some shit. Now you're over
bro,
there.
he has no fear. He will talk shit and it's not even social media. He'll do it to your face, bro. He doesn't give a fuck, mate. He's the best, man. Like he will back everything he says 100%. And that's like another thing. You got to hand that cunt, like that's where APW is going to start to shine, I reckon, because he doesn't talk shit. Like, he might seem like a bit loose, maybe even a bit insane, but he can back everything he says. And if he's put on the spot about it, like even when I watched one of his podcasts where this guy was like, oh, apparently you signed some untrained wrestler for a match, and he didn't bat an eye. Like, yep, did that. Yeah, fucking, he would just own everything that, like you can't put shit on a guy like that because he's just going to own it, like he's too fucking, like he's real, man,
Yeah, that's why I'm a fan.
Yep.
He's actually going
This
back to that
podcast
same
just turned into the fucking Phil Picasso Appreciation Society, yeah.
let's set it up, man. Let's set it up.
Fuck it out.
Well, let's put you over instead of Phil. Let's go back to
yeah.
your
Fucking oath. What about me, bro?
Yeah. What the fuck are we doing here? Let's get off Phil's dick for a minute.
Yeah, fucking hell, man. He's probably come 5 times by now.
Well,
fucking
so. Let's hope. But let's go back to your early days. Tell me about when you first started in the business. What was that like for you?
It was awesome, man. Like, I was still in high school for me first 6 months or so of training. I used to wag school, bro. Go up to fucking Cabramatta and train with the UWF back in the day.
Okay.
Yeah, I trained. I got a lot of really good training there, man. To be honest, and like, I got my first bookings through there. Mm-hmm. Fucking ACWA, the CWA shit. They hooked all that up. Like, yeah, I was really, really dedicated to pro wrestling, man. From a very early age. Like, as soon as I saw it, I was hooked.
Hell yeah.
I remember like sneaking out. I remember when like me dad would go to bed. I'll be like 8, Mm-hmm. And I'd like sneak out of me bed when everyone was asleep because WCW used to come on over here at like 1, 2 in the morning,
Okay.
So like, everyone would be asleep and I'd like sneak out of bed and I'd go turn the TV right down and I'd be watching Sting in the rafters and shit, dropping down onto the, like just those old school NWO, WCW days. Like, that had me hooked, man,
Yeah.
And fucking...
I can actually relate because I remember back when I was in my 7 or 8, it was primetime wrestling on USA. That's how old my ass is. And I would...
Fuck off, how old are you? I thought you were my age, bro. I'm 32.
See, I got 7 years on you, so it's not too...
No way.
Yeah, man. But yeah, same deal. I'd turn down the TV, make sure, it didn't make any noise, and I'd watch primetime wrestling. Bobby Heenan and the gang and the shit.
Well, yeah, because you would have got all the good shit. We only ever got, man, like over in Australia, we got WWF was a you used to have pay TV, so you'd call it cable.
Okay.
So if you were paying for your TV, you get the WWF. The WCW would come on very, very late at night and like very sporadically. This is when I was a kid, and that was on free to air. So that's sort of what I was catching glimpses of when I could. And that's what hooked me, really, But yeah, it was like for a few years, that's all we really got. And like weirdly enough, a few ECW episodes made it to Australia.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so I was schooled into like people like the Sandman and that pretty early.
Hell
Like we
yeah.
should be, yeah. But yeah, we never got any of the good shit like that Memphis shit you guys to get, or like any of that, local wrestling. You guys, apparently from what I gather, used to have just fucking heaps of local wrestling on like your TVs all the time.
Yeah, it used to come on like before Superstars on Saturday. You'd have some Memphis wrestling in the morning, and ECW
Yeah,
used to
nah,
come
bro.
on super late.
Until like the early 2000s, you really had the fucking there was nothing here, unless you had like cable TV. You call it like we call it pay TV.
Right. So what did you
Yeah.
do if you wanted to watch some of the local scene? Did you have to get some tapes and watch, or DVDs, or was there ever any on TV?
So the local scene here, bro, it's not like we have. We have a few. Well, when I was a kid, there used to be the IWA,
Okay.
Phil Picasso, Mark Mercedes, Salem, fucking Tyson Gibbs, Angus McLeod, fucking that was who I was obsessed with. The fucking Richter, BC Richter, man. He was so big he pinned cunts for a 6 count. IWA up, that guy was awesome. There was fucking, man, they had there was these couple of gay dudes back before, it was mad acceptable and everyone was gay.
Right.
They had like a gay and they had this move called the double adapter. It was a camel clutch and a walls of Jericho, like a Boston crab at the same time, like a double team.
Hell yeah.
Fucking man, there was so there was the IWA, there was the AWF, which was like Greg Bounds and like I don't know, there was a few guys like the B-Man and shit. I never really got into AWF as a kid. It was all IWA, but you didn't really watch the shit. There was no TV. Like, they had no TV. It was all live stuff,
Okay.
So, like, my first live wrestling event, I was probably 10-year-old,
But it sounds like you
Maybe
had
even
plenty
later.
of
It was
live
after
shows, too.
2000. It was after the 9/11 shit.
Okay.
So, it was probably more like 12 years old before I even seen my first live show, but that was IWA. Like, that was Phil Picasso.
How crazy.
Yeah.
Talk about full circle, man. Wrestling has some sort of magic to make everything come full circle one way or the other, man.
Yeah. But once you get the wrestling bug, you're hooked. Like, I fucking made sure I went and found some live wrestling after I saw that stuff when I was a kid, Took me like 2 years to track down. But yeah, I discovered the IWA and that.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's full circle, man. Now I'm like wrestling Phil Picasso and shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like back in my day, I was going to ECW shows and I was watching Johnny Swinger. A month ago,
Yeah,
I'm filming a
fuck.
Johnny Swinger match. So I was like, holy
So
shit.
live, are they as good live as like they were able to cut together on film or what? Because man, ECW, like, bro, the best.
Oh, and they killed it even at those house shows that weren't televised. They were still going
Yeah.
balls to the wall. It was good shit. I promise you that. So you were hitting up a lot of live shows growing up then.
Like, I was trying to, man. Like, I tried to hit up a lot. Like, I'd still only make one every, few months.
Still.
But, like, yeah, the live wrestling scene in Australia back in the day, like, it's different now, too. Like, as you said, like, what's the difference between back then and now? Like, when I was a kid, wrestling used to sell out,
Uh-huh.
Like, you go to any event, man, and, like, the shit was packed. You couldn't get a ticket if you were, like, late, you know what I mean?
Right. So I wonder.
And then, like, these days, it's like even the best companies in the country are, like, trying hard to sell out, It's like, I don't know, there's a whole vibe change, Like, people fucking used to love wrestling, bro. Like,
Yeah, I don't know what's going on over there. I definitely want to come check it out. I want to see for myself. It's happening within the next year. I promise you that. I'm going to come over with some of my goons, and we're going to do it up. We're going to see what the hell's going on.
yeah, well, like, what's happening over there? Is it the same shit? Like, are people sort of just kind of blasé about wrestling? Because I have a theory it's because the WWE sucks now. So they, people just assume that's wrestling across the board,
It was dry for a minute, and it's starting to come back. The crowds are coming back. There's excitement again. I think it's because so much streaming. There's so many options now. There's competition over here. So it's coming back. At least over here it is.
Fucking oath, yeah. Well, like, hopefully, whatever America does, like, we're like your little brothers over here, man. We follow suit,
There you go. Well, I hope you fucking do. I hope the fucking fans get their shit together and plop down their money and come out and do it up, man.
Because, bro, like, the people I end up training with, even the UWF, yeah, they weren't even, like, that big a feb. And they did a show in, like, 2007 in, like, Lithgow. Not even Lithgow, Marangaroo, which is this bullshit town with nobody in it, you know?
Okay.
And there was no advertisement, really. Even they were able to sell out, like, back in the day. They completely sold the place out, you know? Like, something's happened in the last 15 years. Where, like, people just aren't that into wrestling anymore. Like, you know, we got to face facts here. They're not. You know,
I'm not giving up hope. I'm not giving up hope because you guys do have a good scene, man. It's not just APW that I enjoy. I was watching the AWE pay-per-view on Fight. I really enjoyed it.
yeah, that's like Nana. I've like met her a few times. She's like this older lady, man. She doesn't say much. She just kind of hangs. You can tell she's kind of running shit, though. You know.
Right on.
And yeah, she just kind of hangs back. But apparently, she runs AWE, and like, I'm pretty sure she has a hand in APW as well. You know, she's this kind of unseen, like. I'm pretty sure Nana controls a lot of Oz wrestling. You know, I've only met her, you know, a few times at Bexley, but I get that vibe off her, you know. Like, she's a dark horse. She's one to, like, look into, you know.
Hell yeah. No, I
And
know
yeah.
Phil respects her, and I know she's done a lot of work with Australian wrestling superstars.
Yeah, a lot. That's what I mean. Like, more than your average. Like, yeah, she knows the business, man. Like, yeah, you always see her just sort of, she's always sussing everything out. Like, yeah, like, I think and like, AWE's her shit. You know, I've never seen an AWE show, but I'd imagine just from what I've seen of her, like, at the APW stuff, like, her shows would be fucking mint, man. You know, she wouldn't let anything, you know what I mean?
For sure. And it
Yeah.
seems like things are kind of territorial over there. Tell me if I'm wrong, because I had somebody.
Oh, yeah, so, yeah, it's all politics, right?
Okay.
Australia's a big place, yeah, so we get bored, yeah?
Fair enough.
And we love a good argument. We love a good fight, you know. We love to hold on to shit, you know.
I've noticed. I have noticed.
And, yeah, you know, egos, you know, every wrestler's got an ego, right? You know, you can't deny that. That's part of, you know, if you don't have an ego, get the fuck out of wrestling, you know, like.
I say it all the time. I believe ego is very necessary in pro wrestling.
It's very necessary, right? But it's also a cunt because, like, you should see the bitching in the group chats, you know. It's like, man, we could all work together and make this fucking huge. But it's, you know what I mean?
I definitely do. It does seem like if you're in a certain area, that's your tribe, and if you were to go, now, tell me if I'm wrong. Please correct me.
Yeah.
Is it kind of like the Sydney boys against the Queensland boys, or how's that work?
Well, okay, have you ever heard of the state of origin? It's always, all right, from the dawn of time, been the Sydney boys against the Queensland boys, yeah, because there's a football game once a year, right?
Okay.
The biggest football game there is. It's the state of origin, yeah?
Okay.
It's 3 games, the best of 3 series once a year, and it's New South Wales versus Queensland, right?
Okay.
So, like, subconsciously, subliminally, there's always going to be that shit, but, yeah, it's kind of, it's not like the territories like you'd know it, because, like, wrestling's not that huge over here.
Right.
But it is territorial, you know, like, because there's only so many places to get booked.
Right.
You know, it's like if you're not friends with this guy and this guy's friends with this guy, then you're not getting booked here because the fucking my enemy's my friend, and yeah, everyone's all of a sudden, you know, it's all politicking and shit, you know. I don't give a fuck about any of that personally. I just want to fucking make some good footage, put some good stories together, and fucking hopefully entertain some people, man, and blow some minds, you know. But yeah, if you're taking it that serious, fucking, yeah, you know, there's a lot of politicking involved, man.
Nah, thank you, because believe me, I run into that shit myself. I'm an independent myself, and I can work for any company I fucking want to work for. Kiss my ass.
Yeah, I'm not, you know, like, what, like, fucking, you know, but yeah, they fucking, it's the politics are really, like, and I see it all, and I try not to engage, you know, these days, so I'm an older man. Now, back in the day, I was fucking you know, because that's what they do, man. You know, it's like any facet of entertainment. The older heads try and suck the younger heads into their point of view, and
Yep.
you know what I mean. It just that the wars never end, and everyone's fucking picking sides based on shit that they don't even know about anymore. Yeah, I don't know. It's fucking what?
Good point. No, good point.
I don't know. It's all shit, man. You know, like. Fucking book a card, get the best fucking wrestlers, you know? Not the guys that their name's Mud, so, you know, I'm not booking him, or this guy's not friends with him, so I'm not booking. Fuck that. Just book a card, man. 10 matches on it with the best of the fucking best, facing the people they fucking hate. And they've already got hate, you know, but they know they're in the ring, you know, everyone's paid. They're going to put on a match, you know? Book them all, man. That's what I would do. You know, find all the fucking politic and dickheads out there and book them on a card, bro. That'd be the best footage ever, you know?
Oh, let's make it happen. Come on, everybody.
Bro, like, you know, that is, like, you know, if like, in a perfect world, that's what I'd do, you know? Like, yeah.
In a perfect world. I say it all the time myself. And it seems like the business is way more protected over there. Am I wrong? Because I've gotten myself...
Protected as in, yeah, so like kayfabe.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so everyone knows, but they don't know how over here, you know?
Okay. Well, good.
So it's like, you know, everyone knows, you know? It's like everyone, you know, you fucking tell, I'm a wrestler, going to say, oh, it's scripted, eh? But they don't have over here all that fucking, unless you're already a mark and you're digging for it, they don't have that shit in your face where it's like, you know, they teach you the step by step. Okay. So, like, everyone knows, but no one knows how it is, you know?
Hey, and I got to give props to the people that
there's still some mystery here. There's a mystery to it, you know?
Good.
Still, a little bit, you know, a little bit. And you can work with that, you know? Like, you know, you can fucking still sell them a dream. Mm-hmm. Yeah, because they still don't quite know over here, yeah? It's not like it's fucking everyone's just a, you know, a smart, you call them, you know, like a smart mark. But they're still consuming the product, you know. They're smart to the business, but they still watch it. That's a fucking smart.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're still a mark, bro. You know what I mean?
Right.
I don't even watch wrestling anymore. Because I do, but like the last match I watched was like a Gorgeous George match, you know?
Right on. You're watching the old shit. I got you.
Yeah, I'm not even, I'm just trying to pick up a few ideas off some fucking, you know, I'm not even... Yeah, like there's, you know, if you're going to fucking still consume the product, but then like tell everyone like, oh, yeah, you know, like you see all this, like this is how they should have booked it. Like now it's not even people being marks. They're fucking pretending like they're fucking the next Vince Russo. Being like, oh, you know, he didn't sell his headlock very well. He doesn't know how to work, you know. Like what the fuck do you know? You know, I mean, shut the fuck up, Smark. You're consuming the product, spending half your life commenting and talking about it, calling fucking people marks. Fuck off. You are the mark. And I'm sick of that whole shit. You know, I don't even fucking, you know, and that's where wrestling's going, man. And it's like, that's another gripe I have with wrestling. You know, no one's just a fan anymore. You know, they're a fan to the point where they have to be fucking schooled in. They can't, you know, and if you're not schooled in, they'll fucking make sure they're like that cunt that'll tell you Santa's not real, you know?
Right, there you go, yeah.
Yeah, it's like fucking, if you're not schooled in, it's like, you know, there's a bunch of smarks now, and AEW's got it right, you know? Because that's the audience now. They're people that, you know, what they think real wrestling is whatever like the dirt sheets are saying, you know, because they've got an inside fucking, you know, like every wrestling fan wants to be inside the business. Yeah. So the mark now people think inside the business. They're not your average consumer. You got to work these people to think they're inside, you know. Like there was 10 people the other night rock up APW from some other fed, you know. They all paid a fucking ticket, right? You know what I mean? All fucking marks, you know. They're still consuming the product. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like, but, you know, they're going to fuck off and they're going to be like, oh, that guy was shit because he didn't, you know, he fucking didn't do the universal spot properly, or that guy was shit because he fucking, did you see his fucking octopus stretch, man? You know, he fucking botched that. Yeah, well, you know, these cunts, man, they think they're fucking, they're nothing, they're marks. Yep. You know what I mean? Like anybody that's consuming the fucking product, whether you're smart to the business or not, if you're paying to go see it, you're a mark. Yeah. Like that's the fucking definition of it, you know?
Yeah.
And it's like, anyway, sorry, bro, I'm fucking so drunk and like I'll go on tangents, man.
Please do, because these dumb fuckers need to hear it. So you're not offending me a bit.
But that's the fucking truth of the businessman, you know? And like, what, you think AEW doesn't know? Like, they're making millions off what? They don't even have to make a good game anymore. They can make like that is working the marks, bro. You make a Nintendo 64 looking fucking video game, and then you got people on the net saying, "Oh no, they're doing it because they want to bring it back to an arcade style." Yeah, nah, they fucking saved $1 million, bro, and sold it to you like that, and you're the fucking mark that's buying the story. Nah, they're doing it to cut costs because they know that their fucking consumers are dipshits, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's fucking that simple, bro. Like, AEW, the perfect examples of working the modern day mark, you know?
Yeah.
Like, perfect.
Yep.
You know, like, yeah, because they think they know the business, but they're still consuming the world's worst fucking video game that's ever been released and defending it. You know, like, these cunts are laughing about it. Like, man, we'll just sell them some bullshit, you know, and tell them it's because we wanted to make it look like 90s, you know. And then they bring out a game that fucking actually looks like the 90s. It'll take like 20 minutes to make if you fucking got your year 6 fucking Python schooled in, you know, kid to do it, you know?
Right.
And they're like, no, it's because they made it look like the 90s. Like, let's buy the DLC. You're a fucking mark, you know? Like, they're selling you shit, and you're like, thank you, sir, can I have another? And then defending it, you know? AEW are the best at it, man. Tony Khan's smarter than they give him credit for.
Because he was a mark all those years. He was going to the ECW shows. He lived that fucking life, man. He understands it.
Yeah.
I feel it, man.
Fucking hell. But yeah, exactly, man. And like, never fucking trust a goddamn wrestler, you know? Like, they're fucking carnies, you know? They fucking lie to you. The whole fucking aim of the game is to lie to you and make you believe it. Yeah?
Uh-huh. I tell you what cracked me up. We're talking about protecting the business. When Phil added me to the group chat, I told everybody, you don't have to watch what I said in the group chat when he introduced me. You don't have to watch what you say. I'm in the business over here. And I tell you what happened. Nobody said shit in that group chat for probably a day. It was crickets. And I laughed.
Yeah, probably because
like,
when you're commenting, we're asleep and vice versa.
Mm-hmm. Do what now?
When you're writing shit in that group chat, we're probably asleep and vice versa.
The way I took it is everybody was like, I don't know if I trust this dude or not. I ain't saying shit. That's the way I felt. But I get it.
Oh, no, that group chat, I'd imagine. So because it's like Phil's group chat, you know?
Yeah, and Phil is super.
And Phil runs shit, you know? I don't think anyone wants to speak out of school there in case Phil, because like Phil, you know, Phil ain't going to cut you off the show for speaking your mind, you know?
Right on.
But I feel like, you know, people are just scared everywhere, you know? Fucking everything, you know? And Phil, another motherfucker that knows how to work the marks, you know?
Oh, believe me. He worked me for months.
Yeah, no,
me and him got
like that
great.
fucking inbox is an inbox full of marks, right? You know?
Right on. Right on.
Yeah.
He brags
and he's working it.
About changing the finish on matches. I think that's hilarious. I think it's the funniest thing ever. Have you been there when he's just changed the finish on a fly?
Okay, so like, all right, the last one was probably my fault.
Okay.
But yeah, you know, like, yeah, no, but like the finish will come. Like, I don't know, like, what the hell goes on. It happened to my mate, man. Like, sometimes over here it does happen. Like, years and years ago, I remember my mate, Geordie, changed the finish on the fly because this guy disrespected him. So he just smacked him out, you know.
Okay.
But, yeah, like, I think what Phil's talking about is more like, I don't know, like, you feel in the crowd, you know? Like, it's also scripted now. It's like everyone just wants to fucking, you know, this is exactly what's going to happen, you know?
Right on. Right on.
It's like, man, what happened to just fucking getting in there and fighting, you know? Like, making it look violent, you know? Like,
and that is what I enjoy about APW. It does seem more like a fight.
Yeah, like, you just want to make it look violent. That's my take, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Just like, you know, everyone, like, some people want to make it, you know, make it look like they're great acrobats and, you know, it's like a fucking audition for Cirque du Soleil. You know, like, my opinion is just make it look like you've kicked the fuck out of that guy. Make sure it looks like he's kicked the fuck out of you, you know, and that's a good match to me, you know.
And I think that's what really differentiates APW from all the other promotions. It looks like some dudes fighting, so props to all you guys.
Even the skinny guys, bro, you know, are still beating the shit out of each other, right?
Yep.
And I think that's what fucking is going to elevate it to another level eventually. Because, like, I suppose it is like it is the violence. You know, like violence is what people want. That's what they want to see, and it's like that's what they're gonna get, bro. You know?
I get it. I get it. Let's go into some
Yeah.
of your influences. Who, when you was watching wrestling as a wee one, who did you like? And when you started out, who did you want to be like?
Holy shit! All right. So the first one obviously Stone Cold Steve Austin, brother.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, you got the Bret Hart, right? That Bret Hart Stone Cold match where Stone Cold bled that much, he passed out, never tapped.
Yep.
Yeah. That shit taught me the drama of it all, you know, and that's what it was like, fucking, man. I guess Chris Benoit, like a huge influence, you know, and then he went and, you know, done the dirty.
Yeah.
I don't give a shit, you know, like fucking, it sucks what he did, but it doesn't change the fact that guy was one of the best to ever hit a ring, you know.
Right on.
Then you got guys like the Sandman, you know, and like Raven, bro. You know, Raven was a big one for me. Like just the way he was able, he could do a drop toe hold, and the crowd would go nuts, you know.
Oh yeah.
Like and I'd go through a lot of phases. Like I was big on Tajiri there for a long time.
Hell yeah.
Then I was big on William Regal. Yeah, then like a lot of the Attitude Era, you know, like Scotty Too Hottie and that. Like I fucking went through a big phase. X-Pac and DX and all that, you know, like of course. Like they hooked me in and like, yeah, I'd go through phases, man, where I'd, just be like, I never really got into guys like Goldberg and that, you know.
Same.
Like Kevin Nash, actually, probably one of my biggest influences as far as, like, he was always my favorite, man, you know. Like he was always from day dot Diesel, you know, fucking, like Kevin Nash is one of the best. And then, you find out that guy's only using 5 moves. It's like, well, you know, there's hope, you know. Oh, man.
He's getting by on that charisma. Well, we're talking about
fucking there was a heap of good ones to do it, man. Like fucking, I was big on Hardcore Holly there for a while, even, you know.
Oh, really? Okay.
Just because, like I thought he was one of the most crisp wrestlers there. You know? I was like, everything he does is so just fucking, you know, crisp. You know, like just bang. So yeah, I was big on him there for a while. It was like, then you go to England and there were guys like, Jesus Christ. Is it EWW from England?
Oh, okay. WWA?
No, EWW back in the day. Extreme. Oh, fuck. But they had some really good guys. I just can't remember their names for the life of me right now.
Jody Fleisch back in the day.
Holy shit! Bro, you fucking read my mind, Jody Fleisch. What the fuck, man?
I told you we'd get along.
Yeah, man. Wow.
That's my dude.
Yeah, so that fucking guy, that guy was like, you know, because he was in all the magazines and shit. I started getting my hands on him. Wow, bro. You like reading my mind because I'm in the future, bro. Yeah.
Crazy.
Brother, that was awesome, man. How the fuck did you do that?
It's wrestling, man. It's that wrestling magic that connects us all.
Yeah, man, 100%. Yeah, and then he used to wrestle fucking, was it Doug Edwards or something?
Oh, yeah.
No?
Yep. Doug Williams.
Yeah?
Doug Williams.
Oh, well, yeah, fucking, and they had some, like, matches, bro, you know, like, I got my hands on those.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
And there was that, like, technical English shit going on, where there's a lot of chain, and then you just got ultra-violent, but, fuck, I don't know, yeah, I love that shit back in the day when I found English wrestling. It was like FW fucking something.
Oh, they had so many different promotions and all, yeah. We're talking about the past. Let's talk about the future. Who should folks keep an eye on in Australia that's coming?
Who should folks keep an eye on in Australia? All right, so my favourite Aussie wrestler always has been from my era, from my generation, you know, Jackson Spade. Sorry, my young bloke's just going off. He's teething at the moment.
Nah, that's okay.
Yeah, the missus is onto it. It's all right. The missus is onto it, yeah.
Hell yeah.
He's just fucking got teeth coming through.
Props to the
But Jackson Spade, man, I reckon he's one to fucking, like, he's into his death match right now, which has come a full circle, because that guy was like a very well-known backyarder before he went pro. He went pro, did that shit better than anybody for a long time, and now he's like just a death match king, you know, in his 30s.
Hell yeah.
But Jackson Spade, formerly known as James Derringer.
Okay.
Fucking probably just because of the Ruby cube and like that. Like he fucking hits that Rubik's cube. I haven't seen him do it like since about 2012.
Okay.
Apparently he's still doing it. Like I went to the last suplex event that I went to, and I was like, "Oh, come, but you got to hit the fucking Rubik's cube, you know? No, sorry, the Trapper Keeper."
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, "Yeah, no, I'll do it. I'll fucking hit the Trapper Keeper. Let's go. Fucking work me like a mark. Do you think you hit the Trapper Keeper? No." Yeah, fucking. So I rocked up. I brought a bunch of boys to suplex. That was funny. Never hit the Trapper Keeper. Fucking motherfucker. Got me good. Fair play, you know. But yeah, Jackson Spade, man, he's fucking in the deathmatch, you know, light tubes, fucking bricks, fucking like a whole bunch of sticks sticking out your head. You know, like you want to see, yeah, like that's the motherfucker, man. Yeah.
Okay. I'll have to check into that. Definitely.
Yeah, like he used to have like Scotty Matthews used to be another favorite of mine. They were like best mates. I don't know what happened to Scotty Matthews, but he was like the best high flyer I'd seen of my generation, my age group and shit.
Okay.
That like he'd do some crazy shit, bro. And those guys together, they'd wrestle together often. That's like my favorite matches was like Derringer versus Scotty Matthews or Jackson Spade versus Brendan Matthews or whatever they're called now.
Okay.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe like look out for him, you know.
I'll keep an eye out. Let's do this.
He owns Suplex. Have you heard of Suplex Wrestling in Australia?
I have, because of Phil. I'll have to give it to
Yeah,
Phil.
well that kind of formed it. So yeah, it's like you'll probably fucking come across him eventually.
Nice. So
What about you, bro? Who are your influences, man?
Me?
Being an American fucking head.
I was a Triple H guy. That was in my teenage years. First it was Shawn Michaels. I was always for the bad guys. So I was like you. I like Diesel. I like Shawn Michaels. Then, like I say, when Triple H came along, he could do no wrong. Jericho. And then anybody on the ECW roster. I was an ECW nut. Shane Douglas, Taz, Tajiri, Steve Corino doesn't get his due. That was my...
Oh, man, Steve Corino. Bro, he blocked me on Facebook like fucking years ago, hey.
Why?
Because he was being a cunt. He was being rude to me. So I was like, I don't know. I went on a fucking rant. I pretty much shattered his whole career. I was like, I don't know. You know, I probably deserved it. I'm very young. But yeah, I haven't fucking seen Steve Corino online in like fucking years. Since like the early 2000s because I like mouthed off at him and he blocked me, you know?
Damn. Well, his son's doing it right now. He's doing well for himself.
Yeah.
So, yeah. Let's do
Steve
it.
Corino, bro. PW, remember that?
He was breaking up on me. What'd you say?
3PW.
Okay.
Propane Pro Wrestling. I'm pretty sure he was on those shows. But there was heaps of like, it was like an old East. Oh my God, New Jack! What's your stance on New Jack?
New Jack was one of the nicest wrestlers I ever met. Believe it or not. Dude was super chill.
I believe
super
that.
Cool. And hey, man, he was him. So I'm all about New Jack.
Fucking oath, bro.
Yeah, man.
Who do you not like?
Who do I not like? That's a good question.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm going to get controversial. It's not that I don't like and don't respect them, but I never.
Come on, don't sugarcoat nothing. Give us your honest. You know, don't be like that. Just tell us who you fucking hate. Yeah.
Okay, I respect them and I respect all they've done, but I never saw a match I enjoyed from Harley Race.
You know, fucking all right. Yeah, like I was expecting someone more, you know, a contemporary, but yeah.
Contemporary.
Well, I guess in that same vein, I fucking hated Stan Hansen. You know, like I just thought he was shit.
There you go. I can see that. I'm trying to think contemporary. Dude, I'm one of the few that really likes all styles, all wrestling. I try to enjoy my wrestling. I try not to hate.
Bro, go and watch a Gorgeous George match tonight. Okay. Yeah? That dude's from like the fucking 40s, bro. Mm-hmm. And he's still better. He still puts on a better match than half of the shit you see for the next 100 years, bro. Like, go and watch any Gorgeous George match tonight, bro. I swear. Yeah, it's like in black and white and it's a bit old, but his psychology second to none. He's begging off. He's being the biggest piece of shit heel. You know, like you fucking hate to see it. But, you know, when he wins, you know, he's even before he's in the ring, he's working the crowd. He's getting the heat. You know, he's got his manager fucking spraying the crowd down, you know, spraying the ring down with disinfectant and shit. Like, Yeah, like Ric Flair, man, is just like Gorgeous George on steroids, bro.
Right.
Like, you want to fucking heel, man. Like, watch one of his. I've been hooked on him lately,
Hell yeah, man. I've saw some Gorgeous George, and yeah, I gotta agree. Definitely ahead of his time and changed wrestling for sure.
Yeah, bro, spend a few hours on him, man. I swear. Like, you'll see shit you've never seen. But, like, I want to, like, I'm trying to steal a whole bunch. You know what I mean? Like, I'm trying to fucking steal a bunch of ideas and shit, you know?
Nothing wrong with that.
And, yeah, Gorgeous George, man, is the guy. Like, I understand why everyone refers to him because it's so fucking, like, everything he does is incredible, man, you know? Like,
Nothing wrong with stealing from the best, man. I totally get it. We're in the final 10 minutes of the podcast. In the final 10 minutes, anything you want to promote, any socials, any merch, other than that, any words of wisdom to up-and-coming wrestlers or just straight out the fans, anything you want to put out there, it's all yours. My platform's your platform.
10 minutes. All right, final 10 minutes, bro. We got 10 minutes, 600 seconds, bro. That's not as fucking short as you think.
It's flown by, man. You've been a blast.
All right, but yeah, so what? We got 10 minutes left. What, you just throw the ball at me. He's like, fuck this, I'm done. Is that what's going on?
We got 10 minutes left because every episode's an hour, and it is 4 in the morning over here, to be fair.
Yeah, true. Fair enough. You be getting pretty over this. It's pretty early here tonight. So I guess, look, any advice to wrestlers? I can't really, because I'm not the greatest wrestler in the world myself, you know. Right. But what I do know is it's a game of entertainment, you know what I mean? It's not about what you're doing in the ring as much as the things you're not doing in the ring. Like, it's about engaging the crowd, you know, like work that fucking crowd. And you can get a reaction out of like a back rake, man, if you have the crowd on your side, you know?
Right on.
And to do that, you know, you got to find what works for each crowd.
Well, I'll tell you what.
And like wrestling's not really as much about pro wrestling as it is about making people feel like they're having an experience, you know?
I feel it. Yep, it's definitely.
So it's like, yeah.
Well, how about this? Give me a crazy.
I'm going to plug the APW matches me and Midnight, yeah? Midnight, the motherfucker, will not fucking write back to me no matter how much I fucking try and, you know, write to the cunt, yeah?
Right.
So I'll tell you now, Midnight, we've got a match coming up on the 12th, APW, Bexley Hall Manor, 12th of August, yeah?
Okay, tell me about it.
And, look, I fucking offered you, I said, let's go make some promo videos, you know? No reply. Yeah, just like last time, I was like, we're in a handicap match against Phil, man. What do you want to do to this guy, you know? Like, let's talk, you know? Nothing, you know? He doesn't want to have a bar of me, you know?
What the fuck's that about?
What's that about? We'll find out in the ring on the 12th, man. What's that about? Yeah, all of that, I bet you're going to want to start fucking talking about it. I'm going to tell the cunt. Let's fucking sort it out in the ring, you know?
Hell yeah. Okay.
Yeah. I reached out to you like 4 times, bro. Nothing. Deaf ears. Now it's just violence, bro, you know? Like, because that's all I know, man. You don't want to get back to me? Well, fucking... You know, I'm going to work the match the way the match is going to be worked if no one fucking wants to work with me, bro. Yeah?
I dig it.
And to keep that crowd entertained for what, like 10, 20 minutes straight, I'm just going to have to beat the shit out of you, bro. And I hope you're okay with that, you know? So, yeah. That's pretty much what's going to happen on the 12th, yeah?
Okay.
Yeah, I'm going to go do that promo shot, you know? I'm going to go fucking meet up with the directors and shit. And I'm still going to go, you know, the same shit, the same olive branch I extended you, bro. I'm still going to go do it all. Mm-hmm. But now, it's just leaning in my favor because you don't get the chance to say what you got to say, you know, because you won't write back.
Okay.
So, yeah, all that's going to look shit. And then when you get in the ring and I just bring the pain, bro, you're going to look shit. So, think about that, Midnight. Really, think about that.
Think about it, Midnight. You fucked up.
You fucked up, Midnight. That's exactly right. You done did that to yourself. And now, what are you going to do when I'm chopping all over your ass? Or I'm just smothering your ass down with a fucking piece of tape I found? Or I'm just doing whatever it takes, man, because you didn't want to work, bro? You'll go home and you'll think about that after the fact. Maybe, I'll learn your ass a lesson. All right.
Okay. So that's coming
What
up.
else do you want to talk about?
I tell you what, we got 5 minutes left. You got your guitar. Why don't you sing my audience a song to close this one out?
Oh, man, this is tuned to B. I can't sing a song. I'm trying to fucking fuck with...
Okay, fair enough.
I try some world class. Here's As soon as you're born, they make you feel small by giving you no time instead of it all. Till the pain is so big you feel nothing at all. A working class hero is something to be. Working class hero is something to be. They hurt you at home, they hit you at school. They hate you if you're clever, they despise a fool. Till you're so fucking crazy you can't follow their rules. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. When they've tortured and scared you for 20 odd years, then they expect you to pick a career. When you can't really function, you're so full of fear. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. Keep you dope with religion and sex and TV. And you think you're so clever and classless and free, but you're still fucking peasants, as far as I can see. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. There's room at the top, they are telling you still. But first you must learn how to smile as you kill. You wanna be like the folks on the hill. A working class hero is something to be. A working class hero is something to be. Alright, bro, that's tuned down to B. Like, I've never in my life sung a song in B tuning, so
Well, you did
that's
on
fucking
WrestleRoni.
like. What?
You did on WrestleRoni, by God. It
Yeah, I
happened.
did that shit. And, like, yeah, play that back, and, you want to hear fucking.
I was jamming. I
Yeah,
was digging.
101 course in how to sing like a whack cunt. There it is anyway, Next time I'll fucking tune the cunt up like, 5 steps.
We'll fucking give you a concert. That's why Spooky Lou
Alright,
fucks
brother.
with these Australians. This has been
Well, Aussies, man, we're fucking the most nuts cunts you're gonna meet, bro. But did that kill you 5 minutes?
Yes, sir. I'm going to wrap it up to my listeners. This is why I fucks with the Australians. It's been another fun one. We hope to have you on again, No Name. Till then.
Bro, it's been a pleasure, man. Thanks, man.
Hell
And I'll have me guitar tuned right next time. That's fucking, what the fuck was that? I had to do it, but man, you put me on the spot,
Hey, and you came through, in my opinion. Hey, you're the first motherfucker to sing a song on WrestleRoni.
Yeah, fucking tuned down to B on a classical guitar. Good stuff.
Hell yeah.
All right, bro.
Check out No Name on the channel. We got some matches up. Check out APW. That's why I fuck with the Australians. It's been another fun one. Treat each other with kindness and respect. Go out there and live your dreams. and watch some APW.
Love you, bro.
Hell yeah.